Hello, and thank you for calling the Auto Glass Helpline. Today we have something totally new. We are taking apart a 2019 Chevy Corvette. And we haven't done one of these, well, on the channel we haven't done one of these yet. So let's take this apart and show you all how to do it. I know there's a few of you out there that probably have, and these are easy. They are when you've done them before. So first things first, we got to get these guys off of here. So we're going to actually pull this rubber out from here, and we want to wiggle this a little bit to get that to pop loose. You've got a couple of these little guys down here that we want to pop out. See if we can get that guy to stick back in the rubber. There we go. And we're going to pop that out of there. And then this guy pulls loose, and we're just going to let him hang right there. So, and these, if I'm not mistaken, are just T15s. You got a couple of them hiding. 1, 2, 3, one right there. So actually wanted to keep that in there. And I'm going to grab one of our 15s here and back these out. And vehicles where we got to pull a lot of this stuff are one of the vehicles where I tend to not put all the bits and bobs in my pocket, just because there's a whole lot of them. And keeping things on their perspective sides helps us out in the long run. So, got that loose. And then we got these two guys right here, or 3 right here to pull. And those see. Nope. I might have to go get. Yep. Gotta go grab my other. Alright, back with our small socket driver set here. And we are looking for our 8mm, if I'm not mistaken. Oop, that's a 6, not an 8. Wrong one. There's our 8. Nope. Wrong again. Seven millimeter. Alright, that's the one we're looking for. Don't do these often enough to have everything memorized. So. And if you have the ones with the little magnets in the end, that definitely helps keep you from dropping these down inside the pillar cover there. And we got our one right up here. Like so. Set those down there. And then now this guy should be loose. Pulling it away from the windshield. And then we're going to make sure we're not hung up on any rubber up here because we don't want to damage this. Give this a little bit of wiggling, and that slides right out like so. Set that aside, and all of this can stay right where it's at. Now we need to remove our visors and this piece here. We don't really need to remove the visors. We can slide those right out of the way because this piece comes off, leaving the corners on. But we do need to give this rear view mirror a spin. This is a Euro bracket, like so. It's kind of a wannabe Volkswagen bracket. only the mirror part that's usually on the mirror is up there. Give this guy, where is my plug? There it is. Let that one go. And we're gonna sit him back here in the back. We're going to take that out, grab our ever-present screwdriver here, and we're gonna go right in between this to try to pop that down. There we go. That slips down and releases that, and then you've got another little 15 in there. Which we're going to back out of there and put that down on the bottom, because that one goes on this side. That guy will leave in the cup holder. And then we'll just do the same thing over here while we're sitting here. And pop that down and remove this T15 as well. Set him down on the floor down there and slip that guy out of there. This whole piece here should just drop right down. If I remember correctly, there are no other screws. I can find my TRT, which I misplaced here somewhere. I'm sitting on it. And that is why we have seat covers. I'm going to pop this guy down like so. Like that. It should just come down in the front of here as well. Like so. And then we can unplug all of these guys here. Slide that guy off of there. Some of these slide off. Some of them you got to pull that metal bracket. That one slid off. That's not supposed to just fall out of there. So we'll take care of that here in a minute. Grab my ever-present screwdriver to pop that plug like so. And then this one as well. Get that one to let go. And we have one more right here. Give that a wiggle. This one's got the little tabs on both sides, so you got to pinch it to get it to release. Alright, see if we can get this light popped back in here like it's supposed to be. That's unusual. I don't know why that fell out of there. So, get that to snap in. Why are you not locking down? Oh, there we go. Something's not aligning properly here. No. This guy should. Should just snap right in, because that guy holds that down like so. There we go. Something's still not aligning here. The button seems to be out of whack. I hate it when stuff like this happens because the last person that touches it is the one that gets blamed for the issue. So, there we go. There we go. Got it. Alright, now this guy we're just going to slide back here in the back so it doesn't get squashed. And sorry about the little deviation there. Then all this under here, we have our mirror tool, which we don't need. Going to take our TRT, I'm going to pull this plug down off of here. Then you can see we've got pins here on the windshield where this whole thing kind of sets against the windshield. So what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect our humidity sensor here, let it hang, and we're going to lift this little tab here, slide that over, and let that drop off as well. And we will let this just chill right here. Don't necessarily like letting that hang, but I can't see it real well from this side. So, switch sides. And we are going to set this on the floor, get a better look at this, see if we can unplug this guy, which we can. It's just a matter of figuring out how. There he is right there. There we go. And we can set that down here. It can hang out there while we pull this other A-pillar cover off. And just like the other side, we're going to get under here. I'm going to weasel this rubber out of here, like so. Pull that all the way up, all the way down. Grab this guy and pop this out. Make sure you put this back in its proper space. And then pull that loose. And then I'm going to remove these T15s to number 3 and number 4. When you are doing this one, guys, make sure you are careful that you don't burn the paint on the body right here, because you can easily run it right on that. And also make sure you don't drop this guy down into the door jamb, into the abyss. And after I bump you guys around a little bit, to switch back over to our 8mm, and we're going to pull these out of here. You could pull the pillar cover off if you want to. I prefer not to myself because it's unnecessary. Those 3 out, set those aside. We're just going to pull this and slide that down there for now. Put that down there, and then again we're going to grab this and we're going to pull it away from the glass. And did we forget something here? This one seems to be hanging on pretty good. Nope, just takes a little bit of extra pull. Make sure we don't get hung up on anything here. Give that a wiggle and slide that out from there. So it's this foam here that sticks to the pillar right here. So It's not sticky, it's just the soft foam. So over time it grabs. Set him back here. And we will pull the cowling and the wipers, and then we will be ready to cut this guy out. So, grab us a 15 if I'm not mistaken. Pull that. We're going to go ahead and pop these covers off real quick just to double check before we walk back to the van. And they most certainly are. A 15. Pop that loose. Good here. Right. Our WRB drive can go back in there because that's what we're going to use that for next. We'll grab our 15. Pretty standard operating procedure here. Just remove your wiper nuts and give that a little pressure. And that one pops loose. Same with this one. One comes loose. And we're going to take our TRT here and going to find these little guys right here. Go between our pinch weld there. And pop these loose. You can go under here and pop these guys out, and they should just let go with a little bit of pressure, like so. See, that one hooks underneath that little guy right there. Set that aside, and you can come over here and give this little corner a lift. Start sliding this out like so. Put him down there. Same thing over here. Pull this corner piece out of here. Like so. And then we're going to hunt for those little poppers again under here between that pinch weld and the cowling. I'm just putting our TRT tool in there, bumping up against it, and then giving it a twist, and that pops it loose. And finish coming across here. The cowling lifts more or less right out. Just got to be careful of that hard line over there for the sprayer. Go in under here and pull that guy out right there. We'll leave the rest of it in and set our cowling aside so it doesn't get stepped on, and we are ready to cut this guy out. Alright, that is taken apart a 2019 Chevy Corvette. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video.